Okay, so the Red Wings have made two signings, and I'm just going to go over them here quickly. We have some other things to talk about around the NHL. So the first signing they made was defenseman Ryan Murphy to a one-year contract, and if you take a look at the picture from the Red Wings Twitter account, you can see right here, right away, where this guy played last year. Ben's got our back. It's the Henderson Silverson Knights. Silverson. What in the world am I saying? Henderson Silver Knights. Their captain is going over to Detroit. He was on an AHL contract last season, and he won the D-Man of the Year award. Yes, that is true. Ryan Murphy, a former Carolina Hurricanes top pick, first round, 12th overall back in 2011, a right-handed defenseman who had himself a pretty good draft stock, playing in the Carolina Hurricane system for a while, up and down with the checkers, had some points here and there, but eventually made his way over to different parts around the hockey world, playing with the two versions of the Wild, as well as the two Devils in the NHL and the AHL 2019. That was his last action in North America before this season. He played in the KHL, was a productive defenseman over there, also played in Dynamo Minsk 2, before going back over to the Henderson Silver Knights, getting 27 points in 37 games played, giving him the award of, indeed, the most assists by a defenseman, most points by a defenseman, and the best defenseman in the AHL this year. He's coming over here to Detroit probably as either Grand Rapids leadership material, if not a really good depth piece for the Red Wings on the blue line. We'll see how exactly Ryan Murphy works out with the Red Wings. I mean, this team isn't really supposed to be all too good anyway, so having a guy like this who is 28 years old, who is small, but who is offensively capable, might be an interesting experiment. You know, we're seeing the turnover of the older guys to the new guys, the younger guys, as well as the guys who have more to prove at the NHL level. So, if Ryan Murphy goes over to Detroit, and let's say they start him out in the NHL in the bottom pairing or whatever, I wouldn't have a problem with that just based off of the success that he has had in other hockey leagues. It would be really interesting to see if it actually does translate to the NHL full-time, because he does have some experience playing National Hockey League experience, but it just hasn't really stuck. As for the other signee the Red Wings have, they signed themselves Jordan Oesterle, a 2-year contract right here. It's a 1.35 AAV. Oesterle is 29 years old, 6 feet tall, 183, a left-handed guy who played mostly for the Arizona Coyotes the previous few seasons. Now, he isn't really noted for his offense in particular, but you can see the numbers right here. He was on pace for about 20 points in a full 82-game season last season with the bad Arizona Coyotes squad. Had himself 20 points in 71 games a few years ago as well. He's honestly pretty capable, and I really did like seeing what it was that Oesterle was able to do at the NHL level these previous few years, especially transitioning over from the Oilers to the Blackhawks over to the Coyotes, but now he's heading over to Detroit as another depth defenseman, one of these pieces just to be added to get some more bodies over there on the roster and to make things a little bit more stable for all the young guys, all the defensemen that are coming over here graduating. Moritz Seider is definitely the big one there, so what these signings do with Oesterle and Murphy is they let him ease into the NHL a little bit easier. Not even just Seider, of course, there are other guys over there that will have this level of mentorship from these new acquisitions, but it is mostly just the bigger fish at the top that I think have most to gain out of this kind of setup here. But Oesterle, 2 years long is the contract for a $1.3 million AAV. As for Ryan Murphy, we don't actually have the details yet. I didn't see anybody post what the AAV is or whatever for the contract. Maybe if we reload it right here. Yeah, it doesn't say here on Elite Prospects either, but I would assume it's not going to be something too big, too long. 1-year contract. I wouldn't expect it to be too expensive. Maybe just $950,000 or whatever. That's my guess. Something along that range. But talk to me in the comments, though, what you think, if you're a Red Wings fan, about Ryan Murphy as well as Jordan Oesterle coming over to the Motown. I hope you enjoyed this video. Trolls99, and bye.